This is our fifth video for Chapter 2, Solving Two-Step Equations. What you'll learn in this video is to solve two-step equations using inverse operations. And remember, the multiplication property of equality states that if A equals B, then A times C equals B times C. For many equations, you can undo addition or subtraction first. Then you can multiply or divide to get the variable alone. So let's look at an example of undoing subtraction first. Say we want to solve 5n minus 18 equals negative 33. So I know I need to move my addition or subtraction first. So in this equation, it's minus 18. So to move minus 18, I'm going to do the inverse operation or the opposite and do plus 18. So my next line would be 5n equals negative 15, because negative 33 plus 18 leaves me with negative 15. Now I just have my regular one-step equation, so I just need to get that n by itself. So to get the n by itself, the 5 right next to the n tells me it's multiplication, so the opposite of multiplication is division. So dividing both sides by 5, n equals negative 3. You can go back and check your answer to be sure that you have the right solution. So if I take my original equation, replace my variable with a negative 3, and do the math. So negative 15 minus 18, does it equal negative 33? Yes, it does, so my solution checks. Pause the video and do this quick check in your notebook. Be sure to label it as quick check, number the problem, write down the original equation, and show all your work and check your answer. Now let's look at an example of undoing addition first. So if we want to solve x over 3 plus 11 equals 16. The first thing I want to do is move the addition. So the opposite of plus 11 would be minus 11. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. And that leaves me with x over 3 equals 5. Now, since the 3 is underneath the x, I know when it looks like a fraction that I'm supposed to treat it like division. So the opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 to get the x alone. And 5 times 3 is 15, so x equals 15. Pause the video and do this quick check in your notebook. Again, be sure to write down the original equation, show all your work, and then show checking your answer. So let's look at an example of solving two-step equations when it's a word problem. So this is going to be a multiple choice question. On weekday afternoons, a local bowling alley offers a special. Each bowling game costs $2.50 and shoe rental is $2. You spend $14.50 total. What is the number of games that you bowl? So let's look at the words first. So we know that it costs $2.50 per game plus $2 for the rental fee for the shoes, and you spent a total of $14.50. So $2.50 per game, I know I'm going to multiply. So $2.50 times the number of games. The number of games is what I don't know. So we're going to let n equal the number of games that we don't know, or the number of games that we bowled. So 2.50 times n plus $2 equals $14.50. And we can take out all those extra zeros that we don't need. So our equation becomes 2.5n plus 2 equals 14.5, or 14.50. So like any other two-step equation, we're going to undo the addition first. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. That leaves me with 2.5n equals 1250. Then I'm going to divide to get the n by itself, because when the number is sitting right next to the variable, I know that it means multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we'll divide both sides by 12.5. That leaves me with n equals 5. So you were able to bowl 5 games. Pause the video and do this quick check in your notebook. Be sure to write down any important information out of the word problem, create your equation, solve your equation, and find an answer. Be sure to show all your work, and don't try to just do it all over on the side. Create an equation and solve that equation. Now, there are two kinds of problems where you will not do the addition or the subtraction first. These are two examples. The first time you would not do the addition or subtraction first is if your entire equation that has your variable in it is over another number. Before I can do that subtraction, I have to get rid of that 8. Since the 8 is on the bottom, I'm going to multiply by 8, because when it's on the bottom, I know it's like it's division. So then those 8's cancel each other out. And then you have your regular two-step equation that we know how to solve. The other example of a time when you would not do the addition or subtraction first is if your variable is in the denominator. If it's in the denominator, then we have to move that x first. So just like we had to move the x first, the 8 first, we have to move the x first as well. So we're just going to multiply both sides by x. Those will cancel out, and I'm left with 3 minus 7 equals 5x. And then I can just combine like terms and solve from there. These two kinds of equations will not be on your quizzes for this section or for this chapter, but they are in the IXL. So that's why I wanted to take a minute to walk you through them, even though they will not be on your assessment for this chapter. Now it's time to check your understanding. Be sure to pause the video, label it as Check Your Understanding in your notebook, write down any important information out of word problems, write down original equations, show all your work, and check your answers. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.